If you thought Captain Marvel's suit looked out of this world before, well, get a load of her new mech armor. Hey Marvelites, welcome to Marvel's Avengers MechStrike CaptainMarvel, where I'm going to show you how to use art supplies and basic household items to assemble some awesome Avengers MechStrike gear of your own. My name is Lorraine and I love Captain Marvel. So today I'm going to show you how to make a Captain Marvel inspired mech helmet complete with MOHAWK. Before I start, here are a few tools and materials I'll need to have on hand. First, gold glitter paper. You could also use yellow construction paper if you can't find gold glitter paper. Foam core or cardboard, glue, red and yellow paint, red and blue tape, craft rubber sheets. All of this stuff you can get at an art supply store. And last, a helmet. Just a regular bike helmet works. And for tools, you need a pencil, scissors, paintbrush, hot glue, and a ruler. Now let's get started. Step 1, take a bicycle helmet and use that red and blue tape to cover it in the design of Captain Marvel. I'm trying to stretch the tape across the helmet with as few wrinkles as possible, so it's a nice, smooth surface for me to add the blue details on top. That's especially important for the top of the helmet where we'll be attaching the MOHAWK. You definitely need a nice flat surface for that. When Tony Stark made the mech suits for the Avengers, he put a lot of time and thought and iteration into making these look nice and shiny, but also really represent each Avenger's regular look. So I'm going to make sure I do that here while I'm making this helmet. Right now, that helmet is completely red, so it's time to start adding some blue designs using our blue tape. But again, this is just how I'm designing this helmet. You can really do whatever you want. Be creative and really make it your own. That's the fun part of making this stuff, is really making it your own. So I'm gonna add 2 blue stripes across the top now. Then I'll add this little design on the side here. It helps to try to put the tape where it follows the shape of the helmet. I'm also going to do this on both sides because I like having both sides match. That looks a little neater and again, matches the look of the MechStrike design a little better. But however you want to do it is awesome. Oh yeah, this is really coming together. Step 2, cut a MOHAWK out of foam core. First, you want to line up the helmet on the foam core and use the top as a guide. Use the pencil to trace along the curve of the helmet so that the bottom of your MOHAWK fits snugly on top of the helmet. Then use your pencil to outline your design for the top of the MOHAWK. Remember, you'll have to cut along these lines in a minute, so keeping your MOHAWK design nice and simple and not too tall helps to make this process easy and fun, but also will give you a more durable MOHAWK at the end of the day. One other thing, as I mentioned earlier, cardboard can work here too. Foam core is a little cleaner and easier to cut, but if you're using cardboard, I would maybe double it up depending on the thickness of the piece that you're using. But whatever you have around the house works. And oh yeah, this is a cool MOHAWK. Step 3, use the MOHAWK as a template to cut 2 of these shapes out of the gold glitter paper. For the second one, you're gonna wanna flip the foam core MOHAWK over so that you're getting a mirror image of the shape. When you glue these cutouts onto the sides of the foam core, you want that glittery side facing out on both sides. This is another reason to keep your MOHAWK design simple. You'll have to cut out that same shape a few times, so let's not make it too hard on ourselves. Step 4, use regular glue to stick the gold glitter cutouts onto both sides of the foam core. Make sure you're covering the whole surface with glue so that that gold glitter paper really sticks down here. Step 5, cut 2 half-inch strips out of the rubber sheeting. Get someone to help if you need a hand. Use the ruler to keep these lines straight and make sure that the strips are at least the length of your MOHAWK because you're gonna use them to support the base of the MOHAWK when you attach it to the top of the helmet. Step 6. Use the hot glue to attach the MOHAWK to the top of the helmet. This glue gets really hot, so make sure to be careful. Apply it to the bottom of the MOHAWK, and don't be shy, you really want to make sure that MOHAWK stays on the helmet, so use enough glue to cover the bottom edge. Then hold it in place on top of the helmet while the glue dries. This should take about 2 minutes, so set a timer. You really want to try to hold it straight this whole time so that the glue dries with the MOHAWK sticking straight up. All right, cool. This is really coming together. Step 7. Use the hot glue to attach the rubber strips to both sides of the MOHAWK. Try to fit them snugly right up next to the MOHAWK because they'll protect where the MOHAWK is attached to the helmet, and it'll also support the base of the MOHAWK a bit. Step 8. It's time to paint. Painting is the last step because it can cover up any mistakes or creases that we left earlier in the process. I'm gonna paint these rubber strips red, but really you could do blue or yellow depending on what paints you have. And I'm just trying to keep it in the look of Captain Marvel, so you can use whatever color paint you have. She'd really want you to go higher, further, and faster in every possible way, so really make this helmet your own with whatever craft supplies you have. Lastly, I'm going to use this yellow paint to cover up the crease of the edge of this MOHAWK. Okay. Yeah, details like this really make this helmet look finished. And wow, look at this thing. This mech helmet is really out of this world. I couldn't be happier with how it turned out, and I really hope that you had fun following along. I don't think that Tony Stark could have done it any better himself. Thanks for watching Marvel's Avengers MechStrike, MechStrike. And just remember, you don't need the lab at Stark Industries to make some epically fun mech gear.